The playoffs are here, and you can predict the action all the way to the finals with FanDuel Predicts. Predict the spread, the total points, and even the game-winning moments that make the playoffs. Sign up and get a $25 bonus with FanDuel Predicts.
Offered by FanDuel Prediction Markets, LLC, a registered futures commission merchant. 18-plus bonus is non-withdrawable and expires 7 days after receipt. Trading derivatives involves significant risk and may not be suitable for all investors. Manage your activity with their consumer protection tools. Restrictions apply. See terms at FanDuel.com/predicts/bonus-offer-terms.
Excuse me! Taxi!
Come on, what are you doing? This is the 77 WABC minicast.
Let's go to former Deputy National Security Advisor under President Trump, KT McFarland. KT, where do you think things are headed? Because we're hearing these messages. Iran just came out recently and said, essentially, we're not going to be humiliated. We're going to fight back. They were responding to the fact that we took self-defensive strikes yesterday. There were IRGC boats that were laying mines in the Strait of Hormuz. We took them out, and now Iran is saying we're going to retaliate. So it's really difficult to figure where this is going.
I think it's difficult for everybody to figure out where this is going. But let's take it. The bigger reality is that President Trump has to solve this summer. Really by the 4th of July, to open up the strait and to get some kind of a finalization of this. It cannot continue to go on and on because it's obviously doing terrible things to the Iranian economy, but it's doing bad stuff to our economy too. And I hate to see President Trump lose the midterms and then we have a repeat of what we had during his first term, where for 2 years it's impeach, 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 and he won't be able to finish his agenda. So I hope that there's a solution here. And as President Trump keeps saying, no nukes, no nukes, no nukes. It's not all about regime change or all the other things. It's no nukes. And to get the no nukes, you have to verify that you've got all the nuke stuff, and then you have to have an enforcement mechanism when they inevitably cheat.
Katie, how does President Trump send the message out that this is not, because there are already people out there saying it's like an Obama deal, it's a Biden deal. It's not, obviously. President Trump had the guts and courage to go after Iran. That was incredible, multiple times, as we know. Very different. But if they do sanctions relief or if they do something, then you open the door to that.
Just take a step back and think, Rita, that all the people who were saying this is like the Obama deal or, wow, Trump is losing this war, Iran is winning, just think of what we have done. So Operation Epic Fury has basically destroyed their military, their Air Force, their Navy, their air defense systems, command and control. Operation Economic Fury has destroyed their economy. Their inflation rate, in some cases, is 100%. On foodstuffs. Their currency is collapsing. The currency has gone down by 70% in the last 3 months. So there's a lot of bad stuff happening to collapse Iran. And where does this all lead? Well, that's the big question. Some people are saying you can't trust Iran, so therefore you have to have regime change. I'm not one of those people. Other people are saying, well, it's like the Obama deal. No, it's not. Look at what President Trump has done to Iran. The Iran deal under Obama was to allow them to have nuclear weapons a few years down the road and to pay them. Trump's crushed their economy, and he's at least set their nuclear program back, if not permanently, 10, 15 years. So even if he walks away today, as long as he can open the strait, he's achieved a lot. And the people who are urging him for regime change, you worry about who governs Iran then. If there were standing right in the sidelines a really capable opposition government to take over, that would be terrific. But I don't see that there is one, or at least there's not one that has emerged yet.
Yeah, that is the problem of who do you replace it with. But obviously these ones you can't trust. Craig Eaton.
No.
KT, I have a question. About a month ago, we were talking about nuclear capabilities of Iran. And a month has now gone by, and everyone was saying they are close, they're working on it. Do you believe they're getting closer to those capabilities, or do you think that that's pretty far away at this point?
I think they were very close, and I would say there were a couple of the people who were head of the UN Watchdog Commission. David Albright is one I listen to a lot, and he's no big Trump fan. He said he thought they were very close a year ago, but the military attacks that we've had, with the bunker buster bombs, and then what we've done in Operation Epic Fury have really set them back significantly.
Well, that's great news. That's great news to hear.
Yeah, Judge Weinberg.
So, KT, there are reports that Saudi Arabia and some of the other Arab countries, the ones who pressed President Trump to delay military action, and that he responded by saying, "You're making me do this. I don't want to do this, but how about recognizing Israel through the Abraham Accords?" What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, Judge, as usual, you've got to the heart of it. When you take a step back of what are we talking about? The Middle East a year ago, you would never have seen Gulf Arab countries fighting on the side of Israel, on the side of the United States against a fellow Muslim country. They would have, at best, sat it out. But now they're fighting with the United States economically and militarily with the United States. So the bigger picture is the broad rearrangement of the chess game in the Middle East. That the chess pieces have all moved around, and we are now, the United States is leading a coalition of all the powers in the region, including powers further away from the region, against Iran.
Well, KT McFarland, this is going to be an interesting next week or two or three. We'll see. And before we go, tomorrow, there is supposed to be a meeting at Camp David. John brought this up. I think it's interesting. What do you make of that? That President Trump looks like he's going to have his cabinet together there.
Well, first of all, they're not. He's just announced that he's going to switch it to the White House because there's bad weather.
I saw that he might change it. He just announced that. Yeah, I saw that. That might happen.
Just milliseconds ago. When people say, "Oh, he's obviously getting ready to do something big on Iran," when you have a National Security Council meeting with a segment of your cabinet, some certain selected members of your cabinet. You don't necessarily have the whole cabinet there to do a war thing. My guess is more likely what he wants to do is get the whole cabinet together and say, okay, we're heading now into the campaign season. What are your accomplishments? What are your achievements? Here's what I need from you. Here's what I want you to say. Let's all be on the same sheet as we're talking about the achievements of the administration. So I don't see it as a like a war council as much as get everybody in the same room together.
All right. Well, KT, thank you.
KT, and keep us informed.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.